All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Luis Morales here, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. 2:30 p.m., beautiful Thursday afternoon here in Northern California. Time to break away from the desk, get a little bit of movement, a little stretching in. Before we get started here, you guys, I have a good idea of what routine I want to go through, but if there's anything that you guys feel needs a little bit of extra love or could use a little bit of extra stretching, go ahead and drop it in the chat, or you can come off mute and say it out loud if you'd like. Always willing to work whatever you guys need into the routine here this afternoon. So I'll give you guys a sec to do that. What we're going to need for today's session, mainly just some space. If you have access to some piece of furniture like this around you, we're going to be doing a little bit of couch stretch action. So a pillow might help as far as padding the knee up with the ground here. If you don't have access to a piece of furniture, don't worry. You can still do just kind of a regular hip flexor stretch and accomplish pretty much the same thing. So I'm not seeing a whole lot of stuff in the chat, which means we can go ahead and get started. So this also works out with the wall, guys. If you guys have a wall, a chair, a footstool, something that you can kind of hook your foot onto, what I'm going to do here is pull the pad here near to the couch. Standing in front of the pad, I'm going to hook one foot onto the couch, bring my knee on down to rest on the pad. And so I got one foot out in front here as well to support. So from here, you might already be feeling a lot of tension through that quad and also through the hip flexor. So make sure if you're trying to get up nice and tall in this position, make sure you can squeeze those glutes and comfortably stay up high here. If you're really tight and you're leaning forward, that's okay. Make sure you can still squeeze the glutes at whatever angle that you're at. And so once we can find a comfortable position here, first step as always with the hip flexors is to squeeze the glutes. Next step, we're going to bring that belly button in towards the spine here. And now we just want to be able to breathe. We've probably got a good amount of tension through the quad and the hip flexor. So let's just breathe into that tension. Tension builds up as we sit all day. So let's try and wash it away here with our breath. Good job, you guys. Nice deep breaths. Lengthen that exhale. Well done, you guys. Keep that glute squeeze going. Don't lose sight of that glute. Let's do one more big breath. Nicely done. Now we can relax those glutes. You can come forward, kind of stand up, whatever which way works for you. I'm going to go ahead and hook the opposite foot on the couch here. Knee is down on the ground. Now, if you don't have a couch again, or a wall or something like that, just having one knee down on the ground and us using our glutes, to get into that hip flexor stretch will suffice as well. So once we're in this position, start by squeezing that opposite side glute, whatever knee you got down on the ground. We'll check in with that glute, bring the belly button in towards the spine here. Now let's take some deep breaths in this stretched position. Just trying to wash away all that tension we get built up in the front of the hip and in the quad from sitting all the time. Also, if you're with us, exercise with the Exos earlier, some squats and some holds, that will definitely get your quads fired up, pretty juiced up. So we gotta address that tissue. Let's do the last breath here, guys. Nicely done, everyone. All right, slowly bring yourself out of that tension. Next up, what we're gonna do is get down onto the ground here, hands and knees. Let me adjust my camera so you guys can see what I got going on down here. All right, so we're down, hands and knees in our space. What we're gonna do is stretch out the backs of those shoulders a little bit here. So from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my right hand, that's gonna thread the needle a little bit, reach through this gap in between my left arm and my left knee. I'm gonna rest the back of my hand on the ground here, sink myself down nice and low. And from here, I'm gonna push into the ground with the back of my right hand and then pull away with the muscles of my upper back a little bit. We should be feeling some stretch underneath the shoulder blade here. Once you can find some medium tension, just focus on that breath. Remember, we don't own positions unless we can breathe in them. So let's perfect our breathing, get our bodies used to these positions and these stretches. Well done, you guys. Let's do one more breath. Nicely done. All right, go ahead and relax that right arm. We can bring ourselves all the way back up, hands and knees. Opposite side now. So left arm is going to reach through, back of the hand is going to come in contact with the ground. We're going to push into the ground with that left arm and then pull away with that left upper back. Looking for some stretch kind of under the shoulder blade there, as well as through the back of the shoulder itself. Continue to breathe. Good job, everyone. Keep that tension. Let's do one more big breath. Nicely done. Now we can relax that arm. No more pushing into the ground. Bring yourselves up, back into hands and knees here. All right, good work, everybody. Let's all go ahead and come down onto the ground now. What we're gonna do is be on our backs for these next couple stretches / movements. All right, so knees are bent here, feet are on the ground. What we also need a lot of good stretching in is those muscles of the backs of our hips. So sitting all day really compresses all that tissue, some of the nerves. So let's go ahead and stretch it out. We're going to start by taking that right ankle, resting it on top of the left knee here. And from here, you might already be able to kind of push or pull on that right knee a little bit. This might already be giving you some significant stretch. So test it out first, check out where you're at. If that's not enough stretch, let's go ahead and elevate that left leg. We're going to reach through the gap between the right and the left, interlace our fingers on that left hamstring, and then we're pulling that left leg up towards us to increase the tension in that right rear hip. So once we can find some medium tension here, we're just breathing, trying to let any stress of today kind of wash away as we feel this right rear hip stretch. Well done, you guys. Pull that left leg in a little bit closer. Try and maintain a medium stretch if the tension is really going away. Well done, everybody. Let's do one more big breath here. Well done. After that exhale, we can slowly let that leg down. If we were holding on to it, we can bring our right leg down. Now we got to do the other side. So same deal. Let's bring that left ankle up. Before we do any elevation of any legs, give that knee a push or a solid kind of pull across the body. If this is already a significant stretch for you, go ahead and hang out there. If not, we'll go ahead and elevate that leg just like the other side. Reach through, grab that right leg, and we're pulling it up towards us to exaggerate that left rear hip stretch. Let's breathe into that tension. Long, slow exhales. Let your bellies balloon up with that air. All right, guys, last breath coming up here. Nicely done. All right, let's slowly bring that leg down. Last thing we're gonna do here today, guys, nice and relaxing. I wanna end it on a relaxing note here today. So we can stay in this position while we're on our backs here. I'd like everybody to kind of let those arms relax out to the side, palms up. And from here, we'll plant those feet about hip width apart, not super strict on the recommendation here. What we're gonna be moving is through the kind of the hips and the low back. So what I'm gonna do here with these knees, I'm just gonna let them kind of slowly fall out to one side. The backside hip is gonna come up a little bit. I'm twisting through the spine a little bit here. And then let's switch it on over to the other side. So let those knees come up back into the middle and then fall out to the other side here. So our shoulders are staying on the ground, upper back is staying on the ground, and those hips and kind of low back are shifting back and forth. Remember that breathing. Let's just slowly continue to cool it down here. Letting those knees fall. Stretching out some of those low back muscles as well. We're just going side to side at your own pace here. Well done, everybody. Make it nice and relaxing. Breathe nice and deep. Well done, you guys. Let's do one more each side here. And slowly bring our attention back to our surroundings if you got real relaxed there. Let those knees fall all the way out. We'll bring them back into the middle one last time. Great work, everybody. All right. Feel free to stay on that supine position. Feel free to come up, sitting, kneeling, or standing, whatever you'd like. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today. For the rest of our day, as far as live offerings go, 4:30 p.m. is Brittany's abs and core / mobility class. So lots of good stuff always happening in that class. That is all we got going for today. We also have Friday classes tomorrow, myself, Functional Fitness Friday and guided breathing. And then there's a sports performance and mindset reset with Jazzy in the morning. So if you guys like to see what we got going on, just check out our SharePoint site, find those classes, hit the links, join. We'd love to see you guys there. Hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Take care. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, Luis.
Take care, you guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, Luis.
See you guys. Good work.